What's good, y'all, young boys? Dallas Gamer back in the building, and Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Let me start by saying that don't think about your goals. Write them down so they become tangible. Now they're when the goal is in your head, they're dreams. When you write them down, they're goals, and when you specify them, they're tangible goals. For me personally, I want to get down to a certain weight. Right? I know what way I am now. I know how much I need to lose to get to that weight. That's my specific goal for 2026. For you, it might be something different. I don't know your life, you know. But today, we're talking about Pokimane, right? I'm not familiar with current day Pokimane. I just had to brush up on that her drama or whatever. We can hit it now because this is a reaction video to Pegasus. I enjoy Pegasus. I hope you do too. I had did a little research. You know what I'm saying? Not too much, but from what I can gather, she put out a tweet July 3rd. It's my birthday. Why would you do that? Believe all victims. I highly disagree with that. I believe there should be evidence for everything that you accuse somebody of doing. Case in point, I personally made a video when Quite had his allegations thrown towards him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't respond fast enough for people for whatever reason, and they thought that he was some kind of monster. Come to find out, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it at all. No. I don't believe you should believe all victims. I believe you should believe the evidence that's put forth. Whether it's in the favor of victims or the accused, I believe you should believe evidence. Tangible evidence at that. Great. Good. Believe all victims tweet. She's friends with Nina Lynn, another streamer. I've seen her in some clips. She's she's a New York gal. You know what I'm saying? Girl from New York. Shout out my guys in New York. I rep Queens. I don't know about y'all. That's the only city I enjoy being in. Love you, grandma. And you know people have an issue with that. Apparently her cookie company is going down as well. Those expensive cookies for absolutely nothing, just to find out they were drop shipped or whatever. Ridiculous things. Anyway, excuse me. Had to kind of skip through his video. Just get to the Pokimane part. He was going over some stuff I wasn't going to touch on. I am not informed enough to talk about Hassan just yet. I don't plan on being. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe that's where the money is. But Pegasus, take us away, buddy.
Give it a couple years. Moving on to Pokimane. Apparently, her cookie company is shut down. I mean, looks like there's a new broke boy in town. I guess he shouldn't have said that.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
And if you remember, I sort of predicted this as well. I went on her website, and I found it very interesting that all of her...
Yo. Now, Pegasus, I'm cool with you. Who you got in the corner of your video, buddy? Who's in the corner of your video? Who's in the corner of your video?
I sort of predicted this as well. I went on her website, and...
No. Not Stinky Scott. Not Stinky Scott. For those of you who don't know, I really dislike Scott Schaefer for reasons I won't go into now. I made a video on him before, and it's not his videos, it's him personally, him as a human being, him as a man. Don't like nothing he got going on. Honestly, bruh. Wow, I gotta talk about you again? 2 videos ago. I just talked about you 2 videos ago, man. All right, okay, I can get over it. Cause Pegasus, I like Pegasus. Okay.
And I found it very interesting that all of her
We're
products
gonna
were sold
have
out
to
and there were
skip
no
Light
new
Fast.
reviews. So
We
that was
gotta
very
be like-
suspicious. And turns out something has come of that. YouTuber Scott Schaefer is claiming that the company potentially might have shut down or ceased operation.
Pokimane's cookies, which he released
Schaefer, V2, Scott Schaefer, those channels, I do not enjoy.
in late 2023. I've been trying to buy these products since about October of this year, and I think I've uncovered something. I think this company secretly went out of business, but they don't want people to know, because obviously that would be a big deal on YouTube.
Why do
everyone
I
found out
care
that,
about
Pokimane's
his
cookie company
man?
went out of
Skip
business.
this
Next time I
now,
saw it,
bro.
Most
No,
also sold out
I don't care.
because he was TikTok.
Okay.
The holiday season is the absolute prime fucking time to sell cookies, and that is a time where everyone is specifically shopping for those kinds of treats
I
as well.
had
And you
this
can pretty much
stink
even
ball
jack
in
up the
my
prices like
freaking-
Poki loves doing, right? So it would be the perfect opportunity. But interestingly enough, there's no marketing, always out of stock. So I don't know. I guess the logical conclusion here is not that the company shut down, but Pokimane's cookies are just too popular. You see, you can't buy them because they're so good. They instantly go out of stock the second they are restocked, of course, right? They're just simply too popular. At least that's what she wants us to believe. Yet no new reviews, obviously. So popular, but nobody wants to leave a review, it seems like. And I still remember when Sea-Dog reviewed the cookies recently and how absolutely tragic they are.
It does look like charcoal. I'd stuff barbecue with it. Let's try. Maybe we should have kept the gluten in this one. It's like dust. It's like eating dust.
Yeah, that is just absolutely dastardly. I wonder.
I think 4 of those bags was going for like $30 or something like it was. I don't know. One of those bags. I don't know.
Why, guys? I wonder why they actually went out of business.
No.
So anyways, then he reached out to Pokimane to see if she actually had a statement about this.
If you go to the website, if you go to the contact page,
Man,
they have
please, I don't
order
care what this
With the
stink ball has to say,
business
bro.
decision, and this is just wonderful karma, honestly. This is poetic, right? Her company is the one that actually goes broke. Wow, almost like it's a bad business decision to actually shit on your consumer base, the people that are actually buying your stuff, right? Maybe just put aside your massive ego and try to make a good product that's not this weird fucking ripoff that you just put your name on in order to make a...
She didn't make it. It was dropship. She took from another company, rebranded what they had going on, and then sold it as her own. And even then, like, she didn't do that. She was just funding another company that did that, right? So, is this
quick buck, despite the fact that you're already a multi-millionaire. Like, why do you need to do this? It's so greedy. And then she also tries to justify the expensive prices.
Okay. I talk about this a lot when it comes to people with money. When you hit a certain tax bracket, there is a certain point where money isn't money anymore. Money then becomes ego. Money is clout. At a certain point, money becomes ego. Case in point, you might ask yourself why someone like the Paul brothers, with their vast amount of wealth, it's not money anymore, they're not rich, they're wealthy, right? Difference. Wealthy means you can pass that money generations on and they'll be fine. If they did nothing, they could sit on your money for generations. That's wealth. You see what I'm saying? Even though they're wealthy and they're doing scummy things the way they were doing it, scams that they participated in before, right? You ask yourself, why would people like that do things like that? And it's only a ego thing. You know? Why someone like Pokimane, with her vast amount of wealth, why someone like her needs to push dirtbag cheap products on people and throw the price 10 times 10 times the price it should be. You see what I'm saying? Why would someone like her do something like that? It's ego. You see what I'm saying? At a certain point in a person's life, they're not worried about the cost of things. They're worried about how much can I get from X, Y, and Z? How much can I hoard to make this number go bigger? It's it's common for people to fall in that trap, right? Because to even get to the point where you're wealthy, you're selfish because you're sitting on X amount of money that could go to X amount of places, i.e., charities, maybe not foster homes, but shelters, orphanages, schools. There's so many different places where money could go, but instead it sits in your bank account slash bank accounts where it's collecting dust. Maybe it's collecting interest. Maybe you're smart and you're collecting interest. You have business advisors to tell you to put your money here and it's going to gain 2-3% year on year. You know what I'm saying? Just let it sit there and let it collect more and more. Not that you need that money, but just so you have that money. It's an ego thing. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see so many people in positions where money is never an issue, right? Where money is just a thing, but they're at the same time trying to take from people who aren't in the same position. And honestly, that's not how they see it, right? They're not seeing it as, oh, I'm taking from, the single mother of 3 who just put her in, her life savings with me because my pitch was that powerful and she believed it that much, right? It's never that going on in her head as a thought process. It's more so they're not looking at people. They're looking at numbers. They're looking at demographics, right? However many views this video gets, you're not going to get the vast majority of you will not get to this point in the video for whatever reason. Attention span mostly. I got to get you in the first 30 seconds, which I don't, right? But if you were to get to this point in the video where you're listening and you're digesting what I'm saying, right, you are in the minority. And guess what? The majority and minority, their demographics, right? You know what I'm saying? They're looking at numbers and not looking at you as a person. You as a person watching my video right now, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You got to this point in the video. I'm talking. You're listening. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I'm talking to you as a person. Not you as a number. Not you as a like. Not you as a view. Not you as a comment. I'm looking at you as a person and telling you thank you. You don't have to do any of that, honestly. You don't have to do any of that. You can close out the video right now. I would still be blessed to have you looking at my video. But you see, there's the issue. There's the problem right there. They're not looking at you. They're looking at numbers of groups of you. I'll keep saying this, so maybe one day people will actually get it. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be common knowledge, where people in her position, people in Pokimane's position, let's look at her. People in Pokimane's position who will call you broke, but expect you to open up your pockets and give her your money, where your money affects you X amount of times it affects her. X amount of times more it affects her. You see what I'm saying? Your $10 to $30 might be a chunk, might be a percentage, right, of what you make in a week. Think about it. $10 to $30 to her is nothing. Percentage of a percentage. But she'll still chastise you and call you broke for not wanting to open up your pockets for her crap products. And she won't see an issue with it. She won't see an issue with it, because if she did, I'm sure she wouldn't. Those words would never have crossed her lips. I'm sure if she didn't see an issue with it, she wouldn't talk the way she talk. She wouldn't do things the way she do things. Her and her legal team. Her and her zeitgeist, her community she's around. And I'm not talking about her supporters. I'm talking about her peers. If they don't see, if there isn't an issue in their mind, it wouldn't be talked about. She's perfectly fine with calling her supporters, people who give her money. Remember, she's a streamer. She's not progressing the world in any kind of way. If you work fast food, you're doing something for people. Thank you. Cause fat niggas like me come to you to feed our fat. Let's be honest, we're feeding our fat. You're doing something for somebody. Thank you. And people view jobs like that as lesser than. So they look at you less than. See what I'm saying? You're not the same kind of human I am because you do this. And I do this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're working for a Goodwill. Thank you for doing that. Maybe you're making $40,000 a year. You're not on $40,000 a year. You're not living alone in a big city. You're not. Honestly, that's like that's borderline poor right there. 40 a year is like, you know, you're with roommates. That's what I'm saying. You're with roommates at 40 a year. That don't make you less than a human because somebody makes double that or triple that. Or in a Pokimane's case, you know, she's making, you know, way more than that. $40,000 is nothing. It's probably what she makes in a week with all her businesses, and that's me really downplaying it. 40 a year is a percentage to her. Let me quantify it. Let me dumb it down for people who aren't in her financial status. Okay? If someone told you that they made $12,000 a year, and wanted to go out to eat with you making however much money you are, like, if they want to date you, would you? Instantly, if you're not a provider or have a provider mentality, it's a no because of what they make. They might be the hottest thing. I don't know. They might look like the hottest person you know. They might look like a Ruby Rose, but, you know, she's only making $12,000 a year. And maybe you're another girl. Let's say this is girl on girl. I'm taking myself out of it now. Let's say it's girl on girl. This girl wants to go out on a date with you. Maybe she wants to go to a steakhouse. I don't know. Who's the one gonna pay? No studs, just two girls. Oh. Would it just be a purely sexual thing? Because you have a relationship with a person like that? Real questions that I'm asking the real people right now. And I'm trying to frame it in the most respectful way I can. I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody. If you're making $12,000 a year, Me personally, I'm not looking at you as a lesser human being. But would others look at you as a lesser human being? Let's be real. Yes. If now I'm gonna put myself into it. If I made $12,000 a year, and I'm asking out a girl, maybe I'm on a date with a girl, and the topic comes up. Yeah, I do this, this, and this. I make 12, maybe 15 a year. I'm getting like, she's laughing and leaving, you know. People look down on people, and it's really easy to do that. It's hard to see people for who they are. That's why it's very few of us who can, but honestly, it's a really healthy mindset to have. I encourage everyone to have that kind of mindset. Can they? Again, I'm talking about the vast majority of the people, online included. I'm not just talking about online people. I'm talking about people walking around, people just in the world, you know, your regular Joe Schmo. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to go too much more on, you know, her drama. It's just that a rich person being out of touch, although she's a streamer, this isn't the first time we've heard of this. It won't be the last. Just another one. Because it's Pokimane people want to talk about. I'll talk about it, fine. I'll get some views off it. Anyway, I don't want to hold you anymore. How long was this video? Got you for 22 minutes. Kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm out of this. Happy New Year's. Peace out.